99 problems and a bitch ain't one.
Today I'm going to do an oil change on my bike. I have a 2014 Street Vibe. So I went and bought the Harley Davidson Oil. I've used other ones. I just wanted to see like the price difference between them. There really isn't a big difference. I don't use the synthetic, it's just a regular standard. And I also bought one of their filters as well. So the oil and filter, just them, not including like the transmission or the primary fluid, it ended up being like 45 bucks. So the other oil that I use is actually about the same amount. So we'll see if this makes any difference. I doubt it. If you've looked at your Harley before and you wanted to try and figure out what's what and what's where, we'll just go ahead and do a quick which is what. So obviously if you look under the primary, that drain plug right here, that's for your primary fluid. Now if you look directly past that, and this is only for certain models, some of them are a little bit different, the drain plug that's right there, that's your oil, and the one that is going into the block is your transmission. Just to be clear, this is your primary, that'll be your engine oil. And there's one that's further back underneath right here is your transmission. So I'm just doing my oil change today. The intervals are, everybody says differently about the transmission and primary. I started to change them every 5,000 miles with my oil change just to see what it looked like. And honestly, it's kind of like an overkill. So I'm going to try and do 7,500 miles for the primary and the transmission to see what it looks like then, and I'll give you an update with that. So it is a 5/8. I unfortunately do not have an extension. So if you don't loosen your cap, it'll drain like that. To show you, you loosen the cap up, and it'll start pouring out faster. Reason being, it's very airtight. So when you do pull it out, always check the O-ring that's on it, and then clean this top off. It's a little magnet, so any like particles or something from the engine will get there. It'll collect all right here. So make sure to clean that up very well, and if so, replace the O-ring that's on it. So make sure it drains all the way out. Well, as you already know, you're not a dumbass. Put that sumbitch back in there, tighten that mofo up. And when you tighten it, there's like certain foot pounds that you can do. You don't need to really follow them, just make sure that it's snug. Step 2. So obviously your oil filter's in the front. It's kind of hard to get to because it's so close to the engine. I will say, if it's your first time doing it, the oil filter that comes on it when you ride it out of the dealership is really fucking tight. So I would recommend getting one of these oil filter wrenches. You can find them anywhere. The last one that I had, the first oil change I did on this, I bent the shit out of it because it was so fucking tight. So, and this one won't fit completely. You got to kind of mess with it to get it going, but it works. You can finesse your way around it. And there you go. So, very important. before you put this filter on, make sure if that ring is not on there, because if that ring's on there and you put this one on and you have a double gasket, that bitch will spray everywhere. So just make sure that this oil ring right here is still intact. If that's there, make sure to pull it off and toss it. Put a little bit of lubricant all around that O-ring. Oh yeah. Oh. Now it doesn't have to be fucking super tight. Reason being is it'll heat up and tighten itself. You just want to make sure that it's on there good. There you go. And that should be fine. Put all that shit away. Clean up all this. So women don't like dirty bikes. I guess you can understand the next step is to fill it up. So I've got this nifty funnel. You can screw it on and it won't go anywhere. So yeah, like I was saying, just make sure you tighten everything back up, clean everything off, and double check and triple check. If you have half a brain and a nutsack, you can probably fucking figure it out. I did all this work and I changed the oil and everything. And one most important thing is to make sure to start the bike before you start doing the oil change, because the oil will sit in the crankcase and then you won't actually get all the oil out. So I woke up this morning, I already had everything ready. I just started doing it, and when I went to go fill it up, it started coming out. And if you don't start it up and let it like heat up a little bit, that's what will happen. So remember that. I'm a fucking dumbass. So when I took my air filter off, it is rusty as hell. I don't really know if that's normal or not. Never ran into that problem. It's not an easy fix. Thought this would be easy. It's not. Anyways, so if you have this style cover, this filter will not fit. Has to be this one. More time wasted.